The collapse of talks between Afghanistan and Pakistan to resolve a border dispute is deepening tensions and costing millions of dollars in trade. It's kept one of the region's most important crossing points that straddles South Asia and Central Asia closed since late February. CNN's Hira Mustafa reports on the toll it's taking on Pakistan's economy and the lives of ordinary people.
On a normal day, thousands of trucks carry goods across the Torkham border, the main crossing point between Islamabad and Kabul. But the crossing point has been closed for 2 weeks now, with violent clashes erupting earlier this month. The clashes have eased, but the dispute is far from over. For decades, this long and porous border was a notorious source of tension between the two countries. The recent closure stems from Islamabad's anger over Kabul's construction of a new border post. 5,000 trucks are stranded, and the standstill is costing Pakistan a daily loss of $3 million that it cannot afford. 242 kilometers away at this market in Islamabad, where much of the produce from the Torkham border end up, Pakistani trader Haji Shazeb is getting desperate.
के हिसाब से लोगों के हमारे ऊपर इस वक्त कर्ज है जो हम नुकसान के मद में कर चुके हैं.
For 15 years, he's been importing fruits from Kabul. He's now forced to divert his goods to other crossing points, doubling his trade clearance fees and fuel expenses.
एक दफा तुर्खम लेकर आए तो आप बंद है फिर हम दोबारा कराए दे के उस पे दोबारा जो खर्चे दे के हम गुलाम खान बॉर्डर से लेकर आए. हम अगले साल भी इसी तरह है तो हम तो कारोबार से आउट हो जाएंगे.
Traders already losing up to $10,000 per truck say their goods are also spoiling when they arrive due to the delays. So they are forced to sell what they can at a loss.
The latest crisis adds to a pattern of declining trade between the neighbors. Data from the State Bank showed bilateral trade last year was around $570 million. That's less than half of what it was a decade ago.
The closure is also striking a huge blow to thousands of Afghans who cross the border every day looking for work or seeking medical treatment. Experts say that millions in Afghanistan are facing starvation and warn the current conflict could make it worse for them.
There is no denying that there is a humanitarian crisis, not only at the Torkham border, but also inside Afghanistan. So until unless these two governments, these two policymakers on both sides, these two stakeholders will not sit on the table, they will not negotiate amicably, people will keep on suffering.
Weekend talks to ease the border tension ended in a standoff, with Pakistan holding firm on the Torkham closure until the Taliban halts construction of the disputed checkpost. Analysts warn that given the economic stakes, Pakistan needs a sustainable plan or risks losing trade with Afghanistan to Central Asian countries.
And then Pakistan will have to opt for some other trade routes which definitely rise the cost of our trade.
The border closure comes at a critical time for trade. It's the Islamic holy month of Ramadan, traditionally a time when Afghanistan's food imports from Pakistan are at their highest. Hira Mustafa, CNA, Islamabad.